Welcome back to Terrace Talk. It's the Leicester City view. We're talking about the Bristol City game this Good Friday. And of course, we're talking about the news that Leicester City are going to be chased for financial fair play from the Premier League and what that means for Leicester going forward. We're delighted to be joined by Billy, who's our resident Leicester fan. Good evening, Billy. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Should we dive straight into then what's happened with Leicester over the last 12 days? What do you understand has happened and why? Help us understand it.
Well, it's not good any way you look at it. We go up and we're going to get a points deduction. I think it's going to be at least 6 points. I think it'll probably end up being around 10, I'd imagine. And then we don't go up this year, and then we're going to have to sell pretty much all of our big main players. And I was saying to my friend the other day, we're kind of halfway down a spiral at the minute. You know, ever since we've had a downfall for the past couple of years now, I think we're only halfway there to the bottom. I think it's going to be a long road for us to get back to being a well-run club like we used to be.
Yeah, where do the fans point the blame? I mean, clearly there's an obvious one, an obvious finger to point here. But what's the talk on the terrace about who's responsible for this?
John Rudkin and Kuntop, definitely. I mean, the business we've done recently has been yes, we've sold a few great players for like high transfer, but then what we've done with that money has been absolutely terrible, and we can kiss that expansion goodbye for a little bit now.
Yeah, and like I said, the worry is so Vardy, for example, is out of contract, isn't he, in the summer? And although you probably want to get a long-term contract, you definitely want to keep him, wouldn't you? But now, under the transfer embargo, not just he and other good players are going to be unable to be extended, which means good players are able to be picked off by other teams. I know Sheffield Wednesday, for example, would love to have Vardy there as a boyhood fan and as another year in the Championship, and similarly other products. So this really is potentially a very, very difficult summer for Leicester. Going up or down, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not looking good anyway. You look at it, we've just got to try and do our best to get promoted and take any kind of positive with that. And it's going to be a dark season next season.
Yeah, but Leicester are fighting back, though, aren't they? The words that I read is that they've got they're hiring a big legal team to kind of push it back and say, well, what the Premier League kind of doing? We weren't even in the Premier League when you made these rules, and I know they'll have Everton's support with that because they suddenly halfway through the season decided to change the rules. Leicester aren't even in the Premier League when these rules were agreed to by the Premier League side. So there is some argument, isn't there, that potentially in the courtroom that Leicester have some wriggle room here, or do you not see it that way?
I think I think they're going to do their best, but ultimately at the end of the day, I think the Premier League and the EFL are going to win because it's just how it's set up to be.
Yeah, it's crazy times. However, on the pitch, Leicester are still going well. A chance to go back top. What do you make of Bristol City as an opponent? They're on the beach, aren't they? So this should be 3 points, and the pressure goes back to Leeds before they play Watford in the evening.
Yeah, definitely. I think we should be winning that game. When we played them at home early on in the season, we didn't give them a sniff pretty much the entire game. Somehow it was only 1-0 from that vardy penalty, but we basically dominated them the whole game. And I'm hoping with this international break, we can have a bit of a reset and get back to hitting the form that we were hitting kind of end of last year. So, I think it should definitely be 3 points.
Yeah, it was a 4-0 win last time he played there with a Chris Wood hat-trick. International players, injuries, updates, full squad available for Friday?
I think by the sounds of it, we've got Sammy Braybrook, who's started playing again in the under-21s team. He's been playing. Will Alves is finally back in training. I believe they said Ricardo Pereira should be back for this game. They said he was going to be back after the international break. I've not heard any updates on that as of yet. Casey McAteer, I believe he's also still injured. Dennis Pratt, I think he's also still injured. I think Vardy should be okay. But as far as I know, that's it.
All right, just a little word on the Chelsea game then, because we haven't spoke since your visit to Stamford Bridge. What was your view on that?
It was a frustrating game because I felt like once we'd got ourselves back in it, we definitely had the momentum to go and take the game. But I think it was winnable at a point. Definitely not from the first half. It was just a bit. It just wasn't quite clicking, and I think Dewsbury Hall played his socks off. I think he was absolutely incredible for us that day. But as soon as we got that red card, it was game over.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be England call up, isn't he, Dewsbury Hall?
Well, yeah, especially if he gets a move in the summer. It's
Is more than likely now. Okay, let's get some predictions then from you. I mean, for me, this is a definite away win. I'm thinking 2-0 Leicester. What are you going with?
Yeah, I'm agreeing. I've also put down 2-0. I think hopefully with this reset, like I said, we should have the chance now to get back to form and almost restart afresh for this last stretch. Yeah. And I think it should be a comfortable 2-0.
Yeah, your fixtures are much kinder than Ipswich's and much kinder than Leeds as well. So, yeah, 8 cup finals and you'll be back in the Premier League with 10 points deduction.
Yep.
Quite exciting. Welcome back. Yeah. All right, Leicester fans, thank you for watching. If you put a comment below about what you think to all these points deductions, is it fair? And what your comments are, we really, really appreciate it and we'll respond to them all. Thank you very much, Billy. Good luck against Bristol City and we'll catch you next week.
Cheers. Thank you. See you next week.
Thank you very much. Bye.